There we go. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just make sure that the audio is working. I'll go and jump into Tempests whilst I wait. There we go. Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to the stream. So pleased, so thankful you're here. Thank you very much. Oh, had a few days off. It's been 4 or 5 weeks now since I have had 3 days off the bike. Managed to have a pretty consistent training block as of late. Doing pretty well. Keeping it going, keeping it hard. Yeah, loving how riding is feeling. But a busy work and social schedule this last couple of days have meant that, a busy work and social schedule coinciding with being a little bit unwell actually, having a bit of a cough and a sort of very dry, itchy, scratchy throat, being a bit sort of tired. Despite the fact that, I say busy, but despite the fact I haven't done anything out of the ordinary, I felt a bit drained. So, the rest days came at a good time. I did plan to only have Thursday and Friday off the bike, but I had yesterday off as well, Saturday, so 3 days off instead of 2. But that's okay. I was just listening to what my body needed. I say that as well, but I had no option to have the day off yesterday. I was hoping to ride in the evening, but there's some really good friends of ours over to the races with us, Ascot races. And yes, I did win some money, won a couple of £100. But they ended up staying really late in the evening, which is great. I had a pretty good time, but it was just way too late to come and jump on the turbo by the time they'd gone home. So I didn't. So today was another really nice day as well, spent with friends. Lots of fun. Caught the sun again. So really sort of struggled to stay hydrated today, but I think I just about managed it. But I guess the best test of that is whether I do all right in this race or not. So, feeling pretty good. Legs feel, I think, okay. What I'm more concerned about is the sort of, the chest, the lungs, the heart, really. And when I'm talking about being concerned, I don't mean that I'm worried there's a problem. Just kind of not sure how they are. 3 days of really not doing anything hard, not taxing them at all. We went for a walk today up in the local forest. Just did like 3 kilometres, very short walk while my son was at a birthday party. Go Ape here in the UK, which is a tree climbing sort of adventure thing. Good fun, really good fun. But whilst he was up there with his friend at a birthday party, I went off for a little walk. Very casual, so that was fine. But yeah, I haven't really tested my lungs or heart the last couple of days. This is really going to be the first effort that I put them through. So we'll see how it goes. You're watching quite a bit of football this week, obviously with the Euros. England were massively disappointing on Thursday evening. Playing again on Tuesday night. Desperate for them to just be unleashed, for Gareth Southgate to sort himself out and realise that we've got such an attacking array of attacking talent that he just needs to put them into their club positions and let them play their game. I do find, being a football coach myself, but the FA, as great as they are, world class, I do find that sometimes as a nation we're very prescriptive, very rigid, in the way that we sort of teach and coach football. We don't talk often enough about players expressing themselves or, you know, leaning into their strengths. I think to an extent we've gone too hard on sort of, we have to take a step back. You have to remember that when we were sort of almost at our lowest, Spain were at the highest and winning everything. And so I think the big grassroots reset in this country, in the FA, by the FA, really looked at what Spain were doing as a very passing-oriented team, and I think we thought, well, we'll do that and some. And so, although passing is very successful, the most successful teams, if you look in the Premier League and the Champions League and all over Europe, is those teams do pass, yes, but they're also direct when it's called for. And I think that's what England need to do, really. They need to keep the ball going forward, keep looking for some penetration with their balls. But they need to sometimes just realise, well, if there's a player in the right position and that requires a bit of a longer pass, take it. I have mad respect for what Pep Guardiola has done, and I agree with the idea that passes over 15 metres are just inherently more risky. You lose the ball. But sometimes a bit of a cross-field switch or a slightly longer ball through the midfield to cut a team open if they're playing a slightly higher line is the way to go. Anyway, that's enough talk about football. That's not what we're here for. Cycling, let's go. So I'm just going to jump into the pen. Yeah. So in more cycling specific, cycling oriented, cycling themed news, the Tour de France starts on Thursday. Cannot wait. Haven't watched a lot of racing this year, largely because GCN Plus obviously fell by the wayside, and that was such an affordable and convenient way of getting eyes on all the big races and some of the not so big races. Some of the races I'd never heard of until last year or the year before. But yeah, Discovery Plus and whatnot now, as wonderful as they are, I'm not interested in some of the sports that are on there. I may well be if I actually took the time to watch them, a bit like the Olympics in that regard. I find myself watching some obscure sports and being hooked by it. But there's so much on in the way of sport at the moment that I've only got a limited bandwidth to watch so much, so yeah, I'm going to stick to cycling. My money is going to be, surprise, 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 it's going to be Roglic, isn't it? I know, Primož Roglic, if he can stay upright, it'd be interesting. I mean, the only thing, guys, obviously coming back from injury, and what Pogačar can do is obviously next level, unreal. And I know, you know, as much as his power and whatnot is incredible, and his what's Bikilo, etc. is impressive, it's the recovery that actually is his strength, the ability to do it again day after day. But he has got a Grand Tour in his legs, so I'll be interested to see how he goes. I know Roglic did he do the Dolphin? I think he did, didn't he? But yeah, I'll be interested to see. I think I would like to see Roglic do well. I know he's done a couple of Tour of Spain's, but can he go the extra step now and win Le Tour with Bora? They've got a bit of a team. They've sort of, I was going to say snuck up on everyone in terms of assembling the squad they've got for the Tour. They're a very climbing oriented squad, but I don't think they've snuck up at all. They've spent the last two sort of transfer windows, if you like, signing windows, accumulating and collecting riders that are such good climbers. So we'll see how they do. But regardless of who wins, it's going to be a really interesting Tour. I don't really have a dog in the race. Like, I don't really, of course, being British, you know, I have a bit of a liking for Ineos. You know, I don't sort of support Ineos so much, but I don't want a British-backed team to fold into appearing for England or the UK to not have a team representative on the World Tour stage. But I like Poggy a lot. I I like Roglic a lot. I like Vingegaard a lot. I love what EF do. Bessier was fantastic. By the way, his bike that Cannondale and EF released recently was stunning. I love it. Lab 71, Super 6. Anyway, that's a minute to go now. So head in the game. Enough chat. I am going to switch to the race stream, the race view, including cadence cam. You might hear a little bit of feedback at this point when I switch over. Here we go. There we go. So you've got cadence cam as well down here, high up. 25 seconds. Oh, God, wait till you get up. Apologies in advance for going shirtless. These nuts. Here we go. Flag drop. Bam. Seven of us tonight. Good number. I'm gonna plug in my other fan now. It's 22.5 degrees. Try not to go too hard too soon. One rider dropped, down to 6. Oh, I thought my fan wasn't blowing hard enough. So I have to press the button twice, slowed it down. So we're up to a front four now. 2 riders dropped. Meaning someone will probably want to go solo at some point. The front 5, my apologies. So, I was worried about my lungs. They do feel a bit burny tonight. Let's see how they go. Trying to stress them a bit more. Heart rate's low, which is good. Hopefully the heart rate come down now. Nice and quick. I was hoping it would have dropped faster than that. Oh no, it's okay actually. So when Cordova catches up, you give it a nudge again. Give it no time to recover. So we managed to drop Cordova. That tactic works. Chances of a podium have just gone up. So the chances of a win. Ah, here we go. Well, it looks like everyone's marking each other now, with 3 climbs left to go. I'm not yet at the stage in this journey of mine where I can hold off these 3. There's just not that much of a gap between our abilities, I don't think. So, racing smart is the key here. The objective there was to make it harder for them than it was for me. So the aero power up, I'm going to save this one now, unless I need to chase back on. I imagine I'll use it, hopefully, if all goes well, on the last lap. We'll see. Oh, that was good fun. Oh. Swift races always are great fun. Give me a minute, I'll settle down a bit and be able to talk about what just happened. So this is Yuka. Won it by a second, just over. Some pretty low power numbers there, 200 watts. I absolutely am going to be jumping over to Zwift Power and seeing what's going on there. With the Ishizuka WCU, be interested to see if you weigh 55 kilos. So let's check it out, shall we? Get rid of that up, we don't need that one. Right, where are we? Zwift Power. Let's have a little look. I will bring Zwift Power down onto the stream screen in just a sec. Once I've logged in, it's taking a minute. There we go. Right, where are we? Zwift Power. Whew. Hang on. C Clean is trying to clear up space on my computer on the other screen. Go away. So how are we doing? Let's have a little zoomy zoom. Go to my profile and let's have a look, see if the race has come through. The race has not come through yet. I was kind of expecting that, given there were literally, well not literally because no one was holding them in the hand, but in terms of numbers, a very small number of riders, I thought the race would have come through. But we're not there yet, so we might have to just wait a minute. In fact, if we go back one and go to here it is. That's the race from now. Let's look how we've done. So the Sea Cats have come in. Well done to Chris Schuler, 18:38. Are we going to see some... oh, I can't even speak. We're going to see some results from our category? Not yet. Oh, it's so frustrating just waiting for races to come through sometimes. So here, you can see at the top of the screen, right up here, the last handful of results. In fact, I'll zoom up a bit more. So last week, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I did the Aussie Crit Crushers races, 2 races in one evening. Combined all in, it was just 19 kilometres, but one race of 7, as you can see on the far right hand side of the screen over there, on that top white row. 12k, then beneath it the 7k race, Aussie Crit Crushers 1 and 2. I managed to snag myself a second place in the first course, by less than a second to first, and then I went for the win in the second, which makes me, as far as I'm concerned, the winner overall of the series. Pleased with that. This Seabreeze race, which these ones have been well attended on Zwift recently, sort of 30, 40 riders sometimes coming to the start line. I think there was something like 30 or so in that one, and in the final group we were definitely at sort of 15 riders, so managing to sneak in the top 10 was good. The race I did tonight, the TOURTUREFEST crits. I did that also last week or last weekend, I can't quite remember when that was. I actually get a win that time, 3.7 watts per kilo, not too bad over the 20k distance. Yeah, so recently the form has been good, so I'm excited to see second place this evening, but let's be truthful, second place might have been what Zwift is telling us, but Zwift power is where the real results are held. I'm doing another little refresh just out of impatience. Nope, it's not coming through. So we'll have to come back for the results another time. Anyway, how did that go? Let's do a little pre-race analysis. Oh, pleased with that one. Came into the race without having ridden for 3 days, which in theory would obviously mean I'm refreshed, regen, recovered, etc., ready to go. I think I was. I felt pretty good. Racecraft wasn't a problem, I don't think. On this climb that I'm going up now, I didn't sprint up at every time, but I certainly rode within myself to make sure I at least stayed with the pack, so didn't burn matches unnecessarily. As the pack whittled down, it was harder to just sit in the wheel too much. But with, what was it, 2k or 1.6k to go, maybe a bit further back, one rider tried 2 or 3 times to get away. The first time, I had to pull him back quite a bit. That was my first big effort that I really didn't want to put in. And when I got back on, he quickly went into recovery. Very, very easy pedaling. So I had to quickly do the same. The same rider went again. I think the rider that came third behind me was the rider that was nudging. And that either tells you that he wasn't confident in his sprint and was trying to go long, or thought he could go long and beat us, and it backfired, leaving him without a sprint. Either or, myself and the guy who won managed to lay down some power. I did leave my sprint a little bit too late, but the thinking was the legs at that point, after 2 or 3 efforts to get on and stay on and hold the wheel, I was feeling a little bit empty, and my efforts going uphill to that point and getting back onto that point were more grinds than sprints, so dropping down a few notches in the cassette and then very low cadence just to kind of keep the power up. I just didn't feel like I was able to really sprint. Just going to turn this fan off 1 second. This fan's developed this habit of just spinning on its own even when I've got it turned off, and humming noisily while it does it. Very annoying. Anyway, so worried that I didn't have a sprint or a kick. I had a sprint, but it was a kind of long diesel sprint rather than a quick turbo sprint. I sort of decided, well, I'll just up the power a bit and then just give it my all for the last 200 meters. Which is what I did. I started going, I hit the turbo, I hit the aero power up, but so did the guy who came first. Another 100 meters, 150 meters I think I would take at him, but I just left it 100 meters, 150 meters, too late myself. I should have just gone sooner. So never mind. But still a good race, still pleased with the numbers, still keen to see what Zwift Power says, of course, but we'll have to probably wait longer than is practical. And I don't expect many people to stick around right into the stream if I'm sitting here for 5-10 minutes hitting a refresh. Just done it again, still not there. Anyway, if you're that interested in the Zwift Power results, in the comment below this video here on YouTube, all my links are there, including my Zwift Power link, so check it out. Speaking of which, that's the end of the stream, so thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, even if it did hurt quite a bit. But if you want to see more races like this, you know what to do. Go follow me online at Instagram at @BerkshireCyclist. I'm on TikTok as well at just Berkshire Cyclist. I'm over on YouTube. Well, that's where you're watching this, right? So please do like and subscribe, and make sure you get more of these videos into your channel. In the bottom right hand corner over there, that's Coalition Racing. That's the team that I race for. This is the point I normally say, that's the jersey that my rider there on screen is wearing, but right now I'm wearing the orange Ride On jersey, which is what you get awarded when you have the fastest lap, so pleased with that. But up there at the top of the screen, check out my merch store, Just Ride, hijusride.com. That is where you can get caps, snoods, hoodies, tees, socks, stickers, like cool banners that you will see coming soon. Hang on in there for me. And so much more cool stuff. Beanie hats. That is my merch store, where I took a lot of time to create a range of products that I think look really cool. I'm regularly wrapping my grey Just Ride tee that I absolutely love and adore. So comfortable, so cool. Wash as well, really good quality as well. I was not expecting, but worried, I should say. But, you know, the first couple of bits of gear I got through might be a bit subpar, but not at all. There's such good stuff. So, hijusride.com. Pick yourself up a tee or a jersey, something cool for me. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much. Cheers for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it all. Peace, good vibes. Until tomorrow. See ya.